All right, thank you.
And Dave Jenkins will take you through.
Away now, Black! Get out, goalie, get out, goalie!
That's Max Bullen with his first chance to show his pace, but no way through there. So it will be a line out just on the 22. Lawson.
That's it.
Did really well to actually keep possession, but Lawson have still got it back from the line out.
Free kick to Lawson, approaching the line out there, so referee, and they take a break from Brandon, and Rowley's got the ball, he's trying to score inside the 22, they're about 10 metres out from the 6 line.
Sorry about the audio problems, I've got a problem with the referee there. As you can see there, Lawson right up close.
Lloyd Jigwood has the ball, he's trying to get over the game line, but it's short, comes out, 2-3 quarters.
They've got men over. That's a dynamic start from the Launceston side. There's Fred Bullett, who just drops the ball, allows Sonos to come away, and Danny Tyrrell does the sensible things and hoops it down the park. Thank you, Danny Tyrrell. See the rest of his forwards after that period of concerted pressure. Lawson came out the blocks like Olympic sprinters. There's James Tucker, who gives the ball wide out to right wing Ollie Bevington. That's Charlie Short there with the. You can see the referee's indicating offside. And I'm going to attempt to get the referee's mic back in a moment's time.
Yeah, I think St Austell not rolling away from that ruck, and they were lucky to get away with it early on down in the corner. There was a St Austell player on the wrong side, and it seems that the opinion of Ian Goldsmith about Lawson taking the points when they're on offer has proved to be worthwhile because they're immediately having a shot at goal.
They are, and it's bang in the centre of the field, and it's about a metre or so just inside this side of the 10-metre line, and down here is setting up to take the skip. He's got good 1 minute to take it.
He has, he's got exactly 60 seconds.
And we saw what happened last week in England's game.
So after that 100 mile an hour start, first penalty for not rolling away at the ruck gives Danny Pearce an opportunity to punish his old side. He kicks it well, he's got the range but not the direction, so there'll be a 22 drop out. And Chris Ashwin looks to me like he's going to kick right to left.
Eventually brought onto the parkland ball, he seemed to have lost the one that was kicked from the post. So it's number 10, that's Charles, Chris Ashwin.
Chris Ashwin deciding he'll do the clever stuff. And Danny Tyrrell out on the right has a chance to run again, but he's very well caught there by number 6 Charlie Tubman. You can see there offside. Charlie Tubman stuck his hand in the ruck.
The player was interfering with the scrum half as he got the ball back. So yes, the referee was right on the spot to spot it. So it's a penalty each at the moment.
So Matt Shepherd will clear.
This one's not kickable. It's just 10 metres inside the St Austell half that Matt Shepherd gets into touch. Who's missed it? The referee is. There's a confusion here between the assistant and the referee. The referee says the ball went over play and curved back in. So that's what the touch judge is indicating. They curved the overplay and then back in again.
Yeah. Joe Warner in the middle. Sam Parsons a bit boots the ball, but only as far as James Tucker. who he's always going to get him run. Oh, what a lovely play by that man there. He's looking for support. Caught by Danny Tyrrell, but the cavalry arrive. That's a lovely bit of opportunism there by James Tucker. What a super player that man is. That gives the opportunity for Danny Goldsmith to have a run. Vice captain today. Red Bullet plays scrum half. And Charlie Short plays in the centre. There's Ethan Pearce-Cowley, who just swats off young Rhys Daniel. And the referee gives a penalty there for over the top. I think that was against Carl Marriott. Carl looks at the referee and says, "Who, me, sir?"
This one's just 22 metres out and 15 metres in from touch. So a much more kickable penalty for Lawson to take the lead here.
I think Dan Pearce is having a look to kick it goal.
By Matt Shepherd. He picked it up and he must have gone 40 metres before he's actually brought down. So he looks really exciting.
Some of the guys that they are going to take another kick for the post who played 6 minutes in his first part. And it's an also Launceston nil. The game came from Tregorrick Park. With the public of John Martin and Dave Jenkins. There's a decent sized crowd that's actually filled that car stand. John?
Yes, it is. It's pretty well populated. 1 or 2 seats, but a lot of people on the far side.
As Pearce comes up, probably going to kicks and that's going to serve this line again.
This time, Dan Pearce hits it. Put Launceston into a well-deserved lead.
So with the score here, Austell 0, Lawson 3 after just 7 minutes. Let's find out the latest from Redruth and Loughborough. Loughborough winning the last time we heard in National 2 West. Peter Richmond.
Chris Ashwin gets us underway again. And I think it's fair to say at this point in the game that Launceston have probably had the edge. For the most possession, they look much dangerous. They come here to play. You can see why they won 4 of the 5 first games. And this will be the first scrum of the game to St Austell. Front row, Dan Jobe, Miles Davey and Charlie Nicholson up against Ethan Pearce-Cowley, Levant Boulet, that's how you say it, Fred Bullitt and Charlie Short. Can't miss him. He's the big lad on the far side with the outstanding haircut. There's CJ Boyce, of course, who was selected for Cornwall last year, didn't get to play because of family commitments. Absolute regular for St Austell over 10 years, I think. Chris Ashwin looks to move the ball. He's got players wide, but I think that was Matt Shepherd unable to hold on, and Dan Pearce is chasing. But Max Bullen gets there first. There's Matt Shepherd again. Well, that's quite clear, is both these times they come here to play rugby and the conditions are helping. That's Ben Plummer, the captain today. Oh, he shows and goes. Looks like it could be an Ulster penalty over the top. You can see there, Fred Bullitt was there contesting it. The referee said he went off his feet. So it's a loss of a penalty, and I guess from there they might put it in the corner.
Very good break and taken play into the 22, and then eventually he was brought down by a tackle by Glenn Coles, and the referee deemed it was high, and St Austell are going to kick this one to the corner. We'll just see what St Austell do with this, because an attacking penalty will go to Malcolm Tonkin in just a moment, because St Austell have an attacking line out just 5 metres from the Lawson line.
It's the line out to St Austell.
So, Saints line out. 3-0 down. About 10 minutes played. Taken cleanly by Joe Maunder in the middle. And Sloss will get the rolling more going forward. And they're very close. In fact, they have scored. Lovely try. Bit of argy-bargy there. Off the ball. And Cam Taylor comes up with it. Looks like he might be the try scorer.
So St Austell lead 5 points to 3. We're not sure who the try scorer is.
Cam Taylor scores the first try.
The score, St Austell 5, Lawson 3. Let's find out about Double Kings Linford and Cornwall from Malcolm Tonkin.
You know, you can see that very well because of the light, but Matt Shepherd kicked the ball from the touchline, puts St Austell 7-3 in the lead.
Back here at Tregorrick Park. The try was scored by Cameron Taylor and a superb conversion from the far touchline by Matt Shepherd. The score is now St Austell 7, Launceston 3. And that appears to restart on the halfway. And it's going towards the touchline. No.
Bit of argy-bargy there, but the ball came back to Carl Marriott. I know Ethan Pearce-Cowley is there quickly, but he wouldn't want to get his hands on it. Joe Maunder makes the hard yards. And as you can see once again, hands in the rucks at the ref. Stay on your feet. That's referee John Evans from the Somerset Society. I'm sorry I've not been able to get his microphone to work. I'll keep trying. And Matt Shepherd will clear.
It could escalate if it's not dealt with. Cameron Taylor making the tackle.
There's Ethan Pearce-Cowley again. Referee indicating advantage being played. James Tucker tries to take it by putting the ball wide. That's young Ben Bryant. First chance for him to show his pace, and he's certainly got some of it. Big wheels, that boy. That's lovely play. There's Ethan Pearce-Cowley, decides to go to his winger. Ollie Bedington, he was caught by his opposite number, Dan Pearce, and Miles Davey gets there, but illegally, says the referee.
And then he's spinning it wide to this left-hand side where there was no overlap and a clear opportunity for Lawson to take the lead. So with the score at St Austell 7, Lawson 8 with a conversion to come. Let's find out about Southern League Division 1, Froome Town against Mosul, Pablo Walls.
Congratulations to the All Blacks.
Left wing. That's down. What? Who scored? Who scored the try?
Yeah.
It was
Ben Bryant.
Ollie Bedington.
Coming to a few minutes in. Possibly some interesting 36 minutes. Not 36.
Did he? So with the score, St Austell 7, Launceston 8. Chris Ashwin restarts. That's one of Max Bullen's specialities in the wing. He likes to recover the kickoffs. Almost got it there, just knocked it on. So there'll be a second scrum.
Back here at Tregorrick Park, he's played 17 minutes in the first half. to the visitors for a knock on
No, Tom Sandicott to put in.
outside the 20 on the far side
It's an area of the game where
quickly put in there by Tom Sandicott.
you can see that both sides came up there. The referee's playing advantage, I think.
Ball comes out through to Glenn Coles.
That's Glenn Coles. He's looking. He's got inside him. Ben Plummer just doing the rescuing act, but the ball's still alive. Sandicott finds Tucker, who's got men inside, men outside, takes it on his own. Oh, that's a lovely bit of play, boy. Skipper Duke. Skipper Lloyd Duke just showing his experience there. Looked up, no one on the blindside wing. I'll have some of that, thank you very much.
Glenn Coles, and that was a fine break of about 40 metres that recycled and eventually went over for the try. So Lawson
Came from a big break, probably 40 metres made by Glenn Coles, the Launceston number 10. Found support in the form of James Tucker, who, after the ruck, Lloyd Duke picked up and strolled in. This to put Launceston 9 points up. Nice kick there by Dan Pearce. Austell 7, Launceston 16. So, for the third time, Chris Ashwell will kick off, third time this afternoon with 20 minutes played. And Lawson up 7 points to 16, two lovely tries. Tom Sandicott doing the honours there, chipping ahead. Ball went backwards off a Launceston player, but the first man there was Max Bullen, and the referee decides that the ball went forward off a St Austell hand, so it'll be a scrum to Launceston. Looks to me like Rhys Daniels, a player's gone off.
Thank you very much, Matt. Back here at Tregorrick Park, it's an Austell 7, Lawson 15. Dan Pearce's conversion of Lloyd Duke's try was disputed slightly with the two touch judges. One put his flag up and one waved as if to suggest it wasn't over. The referee decided it was. So the conversion stands, and Lloyd Duke's try has been converted by Dan Pearce. So the first 20 minutes of the game has gone towards the visitors, Launceston. They have a 15-7 lead at the moment. It's definitely not out of this yet. Got a scrum.
Important scrum here, right in front of the big crowd here today. My guess is somewhere near 500 people. And Launceston get that scrum going forward and gain the advantage from the penalty. That's that Launceston on the advantage will run the ball.
Cut back inside, good break again by the Celtic, Ben Bryant. And picked up by St Austell.
The referee's going to bring him back. No advantage coming.
Another penalty coming to Launceston, but the referee will go back across the field. It's about 5 metres inside the Launceston half. Penalty to Lawson. So Austell 7, Launceston 15 here on BBC Radio Cornwall. This is part of the afternoon sport programme with Ross Ellis in the studio presenting. And we have 3 rugby matches and 3 football matches we're covering today. So
Glenn Coles, who's been very impressive so far. Had a couple of lovely breaks, second one lead to a try. And he's made a good 50 metres, I think, with that kick down the touchline, which will be a Launceston line out, probably 12 metres out from the St Austell line.
We'll go to Peter Richmond in just a moment to see if Red Ruther managed to get back into the game. They were losing. There's an attacking line out for Lawson, just about 10 metres from the St Austell try line. And Fred Boulet to put the ball in. Levin
Boulet, who's better known as Fred, taken off the top there by Tom Bottoms, but once again that Cam Fogden in the centre shows He's a big, strong lad, and he's made yards every time, as is Ethan Pearce-Cowley. And he's still going.
Great handoff by Pearce-Cowley there. He was originally here at St Austell.
James Tucker attempts chip ahead, and the ball comes back to Danny Tyrrell, who's got some long way to go. Can he get there? He's still going. Dan Pearce is after him. Dan Pearce doesn't get to him, and Danny Tyrrell goes the full length, even though I couldn't get him in my shot. Absolute cracker by Danny Tyrrell there. It was almost like he was running for his life. He had Dan Pearce breathing down his neck, but he made it. That moves the score on to St Austell 12, Launceston 15 with a conversion to come. That's Matt Shepherd. Difficult kick, far out on the right. Not much wind, but he's into the sun. Look for the flags. No, just pulled it to the right. So with 25 minutes gone, score is St Austell 12, Lawson 15. 2 tries apiece, and the tide separated by that single penalty by Dan Pearce. I have to say, it's been an absolutely cracking game so far. There's Rory Jago, taking it very cleanly. On in place of Rhys Daniel, I think must have had a knock. And CJ Boyce chips ahead, he doesn't go for touch. And you can see James Tucker wasn't able to take it, but Cam Taylor picks up. And St Austell look to move it, let Maxwell have a little go. He beats the first man but not the second. Matt Shepherd just caught. I think we've seen already in this game that St Austell may have only won 1 game this season out of their 5, or their 1 draw, but they have scored 18 tries, and they've shown once again that given half the chance they will run and they will score against you. There's Miles Davey doing what he does so well, making those hard yards. Ashwin looks to go wide. Here's skipper Ben Plummer looking for help. Sam Parsons picks up, but ball went forward, so the referee will bring him back from scrum to Launceston, who won't be upset about that because they've had an edge thus far.
A scrum to Lawson, 30 metres from their own line, 25 metres out probably. Stand the clock to put the ball in, the skipper. And the referee says we'll have that reset.
Tom Sandercock, who's captain today.
Very tight difference between the 2 camps. There's not much in there. I think Lawson have possibly got the edge in the forwards in the scrum at the moment. But St Austell are going to try and stay firm if they can. And it looks like there's a replacement for St Austell. Rhys Daniel has gone off. And the replacement come on Rory Jago, I think, in the pack. So that's the change. Is Rory Jago on in the forwards. It's a free kick to Lawson for early engagement.
Yeah, right clear there, referee indicating push too soon. Tom Daniel says, sorry sir, what was that about? So it's an area where so far the ball's gone with the thrower, because St Austell rely heavily on Mark Vine, but they've got two big, tall second rows today. There's one of them, Joe Maunder, unable to take it that time, knocks on in fact. Referee's playing advantage. And if Lawson are truly formed, they'll spin it. Sandercock looks, yeah. That's a big hoofing pass right to the far winger who beats the first and second man. He's away. Well, that's a lovely tackle there by Matt Shepp. No, CJ Boyce. Oh, sorry, it's Ben Plummer. Ollie Bebinson, but Lawson bring it back the other way. There's Fred Bullock. He perhaps should have given it, but he's a hooker. There's Ethan Pierce Cowley, who's been prominent in the loose so far. Very difficult ball to stop. The referee says not coming out of there, we'll go back for the advantage. No advantage.
So whilst the referee goes across and speaks to the touch judge, let's find out about Dudley Kingsley.
Yeah, touch judge says the Lawson player put his foot in touch before it came back in, so the referee says, okay, we'll bring you back for a line out here. Just on St Austell's 22. Taken quickly, Joe Maunder takes it. CJ Boyce wants to make the yards, he does so. And Launceston will have the line out about 15 minutes further up the field. There's Fred Bullet. You can see that there is a slight from the. Oh, that's beautifully taken in the back there. And Cam Fogden is, who again has been prominent in the loose today. And Sandercock nudges it through to the corner, only as far as CJ Boyce, but you can see that he was playing advantage for a high tackle. So Lawson have the opportunity. And skipper Tom Sandercock.
This level, so the players have got to get used to that. The referee again speaking to Ben Plummer, the St Austell captain, and explaining there's a yellow card.
Chris Ashwin's been shown yellow.
Yellow card for a St Austell player, and I think that's Chris Ashwin.
They don't want him off very long.
We did warn Ben Plummer earlier, so Chris Ashwin gets a yellow card for St Austell. So St Austell will be down to 14 men for the next 10 minutes. We've played 30 minutes, so half an hour of the game, and this is definitely a kickable penalty. We've down Pearce kick a goal. And it's an opportunity for points, Dave, and he's got to take it, hasn't he?
He certainly has now with the score so close together. But this game's sort of toing and froing, and it's a good spectacle to watch. And quite honestly, at the moment, there's nothing between the two sides. I think the Launceston has a slight edge over the St Austell Park.
So, Dr. Ashwin, who spends most of his days working at Trelisk, has been shown a yellow card for a high tackle, which is very unlike him, but I think with the new laws, and that one just goes wide.
It's all very well saying take the points when they're on offer, but you've got to kick them. So whilst there's 22 dropping.
So Danny Pearce has kicked one and missed two. On a good day for kicking, you would say, not a lot of wind. Firm underfoot. And the St Austell will be hoped that Dan left his kicking boots at home. Of course, that means that Matt Shepherd will resume the kick-off duties because Chris Ashwin is in the bin. I don't ever recall seeing Chris Ashwin in the bin. That's some lovely step in there by the big centre, big number 12. He goes all the way up to the line. He should have scored really, but I think it's still on, and James Tucker looks himself. Well, he put it down and picked it up again.
Thank you very much. Back here, Lawson on the attack. Will go to Gareth Davis in just a minute, just across the town here to Austell. But Lawson on the attack.
Fred Bullock.
Austell 12, Lawson 15 still. And Lawson on the attack.
That ball was stolen there, I think. CJ Boyce by the look of it, but in there, that's a bit of a relief because it looked to all intents and purposes that Launceston were going to score their third try, but it's a great defence. It's still not over yet. Charlie Tubman couldn't quite get there, the ball went dead, so there'll be a drop out from behind the post. And I'll make a drop out 22. There's Sam Parsons with the ball. We'll probably give it to Matt Shepherd.
St Austell 12, Lawson 15. There's been a goal apparently in the Community League Cup. St Austell against Bodmin, Gareth Davis.
There's that man Fulton again, who's there's James Tucker. They've been so keen to run the ball. There's Dan Pearce. If you give him a bit of space, he will hurt you. That's 5 minutes beaten there. Poor Cam Taylor collars him. In fact, that was Matt Shepherd. Referee's playing advantage there. Not rolling away. Another opportunity, I think. Lawson have a 3-point advantage at 12:15 at the moment, and it looks as though Glenn Coles is having a look. No, he's going to go for the corner. And he didn't find the corner. Only CJ Boyce, who himself kicks as far as Lloyd Duke. St Austell have a look, and my goodness, Miles Davey hoops the ball down the park, but only as far as Dan Pearce, who's got all the time in the world just to give it a little nudge, which he does, and this time he finds touch. Not only did he find touch, the ball bounced as well. So Miles Davey to throw, and he just kicked the ball. That's probably once a season Miles does that. So got them all moving forward, but it's been disrupted. Looks like the ball came back, and Matt Shepherd decides to hoof it to the far touchline, but it only goes as far as Dan. Is it Dan Pearce? No, James Tucker. That's very good defence there by the St Austell forwards, but Tucker keeps the ball alive, and Dan Pearce has an opportunity, and you can see the referee blew for a forward pass.
We've played 36 minutes, so we've got 4 minutes left of this first half. It's been swaying one way and then the other, but I think Lawson generally David will be up at that.
They have in the three quarters. I think they're going to get more expertise, shall we say, in the attack. Cam Fogden and Ben Bright, the two key men, once they take the leash,
Little knock on there by Dan Pearce gives St Austell a scrummage just outside the 10-metre line, and it's an area where so far Launceston, without any doubt, have just had the edge. But they'll be relieved so far. They've had 8 minutes without Chris Ashburn and not conceded any more points. That's a better scrummage by St Austell. They've locked out there, and CJ Boyce leaves it for Carl Marriott. Dummies and goes, looking for help, gets it. And this time CJ Boyce will look to go wide, and you can see Dan Jobe in the middle. He'll have a little run, always does. He's hard to stop, that man. And CJ Boyce takes it down as far as Dan Pearce, who decides, I'm not going to be too brave.
If they can get field position, David, and get into the Lawson 22, and then have a chance to score.
Yes, I think they will. There's an injury to one of the Lawson players in the pitch.
There's Fred Bullock behind us, just below. Long time servant of Launceston. 7 of their players came to the mini junior section, which is lovely to see, homegrown, and of the 18 St Austell players, 16 are homegrown. I think it's fair to say that historically Launceston have enjoyed a higher standard of league rugby. St Austell only promoted this league this season, the highest league they've ever played in the history. And of course we all know it's tough, it is tough, but they're doing very well indeed, and I think it's fair to say they're improving. Within 3 points of Launceston, who are second in the league, and St Austell 4 places behind them, having won 1, drawn 1, lost 3.
They could possibly have waited till half time, but there's an injury, as you say, to a Lawson player, and now he's back in action. So St Austell have made a change as well. I noticed that the replacement, Rory Jago, was on for Reece Daniel. But St Austell are down to 14 men. And they're line out right in front of us. We're coming up to half time in this local derby, Regional 1 Southwest. It's Tier 5, Level 5.
Miles David to throw, looking to Tom Daniel at the back, takes it beautifully. That's also looked to get moving forward, but it's not easy. A little petit general there, CJ Boyce, who takes the ball out and finds Ben Plummer trying to go through the middle. Matt Shepherd picks up, he'll run. You know he will. Calm Harriet. Danny Terrell. Forward pass. That's interesting. The referee's given he's indicating a scrum to St Austell. So he didn't. This may be the last play of the first half. I've got 40 minutes on my watch, but it's only the referee that actually counts.
22 metres out from the Lawson try line and about 15 metres in from touch.
Yeah, exactly. An opportunity here for St Austell. 15-12 down. St Austell 12, Lawson 15 here in the first half on BBC Radio Cornwall. And St Austell now have an attacking scrum. 15 metres in from touch on the right hand side.
CJ Boyce puts in, but the scrum goes down. The referee says collapsed by St Austell, so he's given a penalty to Launceston.
The scrum was just collapsing there. St Austell perhaps got the shove on too quickly. And then it's kicked into touch by Lawson towards halfway. So St Austell has really missed the opportunity there, David.
Yeah, they'll be ruining that one. There's Ethan Pearce-Cowley. And Danjo. They're a beefy heavyweight, so they were too. Oh, that's well taken.
Possession for Lawson, just 5 metres inside their own half. Sandercock comes up again, looks one way, then looks the other, and feeds it on. Good tackle on Charlie Tumman then by St Austell, knocking him backwards. Sandercock feeds out again to his fly half Coles. And Coles linking in.
That's good. First up defence by the Saints boys. But the referee says you've got to over the top there. At that time against Matt Shepherd, who shakes his head. So you've got to stay on your feet, Matt. You can't support your weight with your hands. And Glenn Coles will clear.
And perhaps infringing too many times. It's a very good kick to play up into the St Austell 22 as we come up to half time. Excellent touch kicking here, giving Lawson the opportunity of an attacking line-out. The only thing their mistakes earlier on when they missed a kick to touch.
So with still 14 players on the pitch, in fact now back up to 15 as Chris Ashwin rejoins the play. And St Austell will be very keen to keep Lawson out just before half time. 3 points behind is an awful lot better than 10. It's a Lawson line out, and they take it short, picked up there by Charlie Tumman, and they keep the ball. Lloyd Shute just knocked it on. You can see the referee indicates there. Dan Evans indicates that's a knock on, and that will be half time. Half time score at St Austell 12, Lawson 15. We'll be back again with the second half. Don't go away.
And then back came Lawson with a couple of tries. Ollie Devington and Lloyd Duke, the second one converted by
If St Austell go in front, they may gain the momentum. Too close to call here in Regional 1 Southwest. Dan Pearce dodges it. Taken on the run by Matt Shepherd. Beats the first two players, but not the third. There's Sam Parsons. He's got Rory Jago in the centre with him. He gives it back to him. And Sam holds on to the ball, but he's looking for help early on. There's Cam Taylor, one of the try scorers. And Matt Shepherd once again shows and goes. Beats two, but not the third. Caught by Dan Pearce, but he keeps the ball. And St Austell fourth phase as Miles Davey. They look to go wide, and that's Danny Tyrrell. But the referee says that was a forward pass. And all the crowd disagree. Referee right on the spot, in line.
Yeah, certainly St Austell kicked off, and then Lawson kicked it back to them. And Matt Shepherd took it on halfway at pace, and then made probably 30 metres before he was brought down. And then St Austell recycled and spun it to the left, then to the right, and it went out to Dan Tyrrell, a try scored in the first half, but it was forward, so it wasn't.
Danny Tyrrell thought he was in for his second there, and I think we all did as well, but you can see the referee was right in the exact right spot. Big loopy pass, I think, from Ben Plummer, and just went forward. So Lawson have the chance to edge the scrummage, which they've done so far in this game. The front row of Ethan Pearce-Cowley, 11 Bullet, and Charlie Short have been very impressive. Although I'm not sure, I think Charlie Short might have been replaced. That could be Alex Bartlett. I don't really see Charlie Short's hair. Yeah, looking at that, he's on the bench on the far side, so maybe that's a change at half time. Tom Sandercock. And there's he's a go-to man in the centre there is Cam Fulton. He's had a very fine game. He's a strong boy with a serious pace. Well cleared by Dan Pearce.
Good exit by Lawson there. They had a scrum deep in their 22 and they managed to get up towards the 10 metre line. So a very good exit by Lawson. Even though it wasn't a very good pass.
The referee's
it was a poor pass, but they managed to
just holding up. Looks like an injury to Cam Fogden in the centre, who's holding his elbow. Has a physio with him. Let's hope he's on his feet. Looks okay. That's good news. Cam Fogden takes his place back in the centre. There'll be a few sighs of relief amongst the Launceston supporters for that one. As you can see, the flag just about blowing right to left, almost nothing in it, and Joe Maunder couldn't take that one clearly. Knocked on, so there'll be a scrum to Launceston.
Yeah, disappointing line out again for St Austell, and knocked it on in the line out. The throws are coming in from Miles Davey, possibly a bit too high, or maybe the lifters are not getting their jumpers up there high enough. because they're knocking it on. There's a very full stretch, real full stretch and knocking it on. So that's disappointing.
Normally it is one of the Sonos strengths. Line out, certainly with Skip and Ryan playing today. They've had a couple of mishaps. Jane Maunders been taking the ball with one hand, in that case he wasn't quite able to. And of course Lawson will be happy with that, because thus far they have had the edge in the scrum, although not that time. Although maybe they did. Yeah, referee indicating. You can see that first one to go down. That's Matt Boothby, who's been placed Charlie Nicholson. He must have been changed at half time. I don't think anything wrong with Charlie. I think it's just a case of tactical substitution. And Glenn Coles will clear. Matt Shepherd keeps the ball in and hoops it right down the far end. And Launceston are going to run. There's Fulton again, who shakes it every time. Tackled by Ashwin. Oh, that's lovely hands in the middle there. And they've got the ball to Dan Pearce, who has some wheels. He chips ahead. Matt Shepherd has work to do. He's on his own back there. Under pressure from Ben Bryant. And Lawson have it again. Oh, that's good defence by Miles Davey. Hit him hard to the ground. Lawson keep it. Once again, good defence in the centre. Chris Ashwin. And Matt Boothby comes away with it. He's looking for help. And St Austell leave it left. There's Sam Parsons. Max Bullen. But the ball must have gone forward there. You can see there, referee indicating forward pass. There'll be another scrummage to Launceston just inside their own half.
They did, yes, and Lawson attacking the Sonos 22. They missed their opportunity there. It was Matt Shepherd who went back to tidy it up, and he kicked it clear straight into the hands of the Lawson player. But then Sonos made some good tackles and turned the ball over, and it went out to Max Bullen on his left wing, who made ground on this touchline before throwing the pass infield and went forward. So it's going to be a scrum to Lawson. Sonos still struggling in the pack here, in the forwards in the scrum. There are a few penalties going against them.
There's a Launceston's Lloyd Duke, one of the try scorers. Absolute cracker early in the first half. Looked up, ran blind, strolled in. Change of the front row for St Austell with Charlie Nicholson giving way to Matt Boothby. Cornwall under 20 player, of course. And Tom Sannicott puts in. St Austell attempt to get a nudge on, but once again the referee indicates that on the tight side, that's Matt Boothby. St Austell going to ground. Very difficult when it's when the scrum's rotating. And Glenn Coles kicks for touch. There's Fred Boulay. Waits for his big boys to arrive. And Warner got his hand in, but Lawson kept the ball. Once again, Cam Fogden has shown what a handful he is in the centre there. Also, they've got men right, they've got an overlap, and Max Bullen put his hand in the air, and you can see that unable to catch it cleanly, so the referee says that will be a scrummage. Although one of the Launceston players taking a bit of a knockdown on the right here. Can't see who it is.
And it was intercepted by a Sonos player and knocked on, so it's going to be another scrum to Lawson, but Lawson definitely have the edge in the scrum.
I think that's Ollie Bevington who's on his back down there.
Regularly in the pack, because they're going to ground, they've got to stay on their feet, and Lawson are certainly doing very well in the scrums because they're causing problems for Sonos. They're not staying on their feet, and the referee penalises them regularly. And so Lawson again have started the second half very well. They've got the upper hand at the moment. They're just 3 points to the good though at the moment. And we only played 9 minutes of this second half. So they've got a long way to go yet. Still 21 minutes to go. It is Austell 12, Lawson 15.
Yeah, I think the referee had a quiet word with
Yeah, it is Ollie Remington, and he's back on his feet looking okay. One of the try scorers, of course, with Lloyd Duke in the first half. So Austell will be really keen to keep the scrummage up. They've been penalised
So it's a scrum to Lawson.
again and again for collapsing the scrum.
On the Austell line. And Lawson definitely have the advantage in this scrum. And can we see it happen again? Can Austell counteract it?
Tom Sandy got put in.
Managed it the last two scrums. With 2 consecutive scrums have ended in.
And there's Brandon Rowley at the back, who
Which has given them good
he's had a fine game.
It's just 22 metres from the Austell line. It's still 15-12 to Lawson.
Wants to get the edge on, going forward. It rolls around again. Referee indicates advantage and playing advantage. And you can see that they've kept the ball, and the referee's still playing advantage. Lloyd Duke with the ball, and that's going nowhere, so the referee will bring them back. And I think now there's probably an opportunity for the referee to have a quick word with Ben Plummer.
Yeah, he's going his whistle hard this time. He's going to another chat to the.
And he's quite clearly going to talk to him about the fact that the scrum keeps rotating and then collapsing. And that's a series of probably 4 or 5 penalties. And if it happens again, he's doing it already. He's given Dan Jobe the yellow card, which means that Charlie Nicholson will probably have to come back on, or if he's not injured, that will be uncontested scrummages. And I'm guessing that Launceston may choose to have a scrum just here. No, it's a penalty, so they'll probably kick for touch. It's a corner. I can't see any more than that. I'll try and get a little bit more. Apologies for the angle. It's a Launceston line out. They're about 5 metres out, 6 metres out. And Launceston get. And it's a penalty. I thought for a moment the referee wanted to try, but they're a few minutes out. A penalty of collapsing the maul. And you can see a bit of a discussion going on there from Captain Tom Sandicott. I think he's talking whether they have a scrum or whether they go for the corner. With Dan Jobe off the pitch.
15 metres behind us, and I think the motorbike went past rather too fast. It's only a 30 limit.
Once again.
Quicker than 30.
So Glenn Coles is now going to kick the touch from the penalty, so we're back to where we were. A few minutes to go, on the line out to the visitors.
So the score 12 points 15. Launceston have an absolute golden opportunity for a scoring opportunity, although taken beautifully at the back there by Tom Daniel. There's chaos going on because Launceston have stolen the ball, and they're right up by St Austell's line.
2 or 3 metres short of the St Austell line. They drive forward again, but they're held up by the defence. They're cutting across sideways, and it's scored.
Ethan Pearce Cowley. That may be one of the decisive score with just over 25 minutes to go. Ethan Pearce Cowley, St Austell boy, scores for Launceston against his old club. I think he was up for that one, and that puts right in front of right under the post. Easy converted dive. By Dan Pearce, that means the score moves on to St Austell 12, Launceston 22. That means St Austell have to score 2 tries 2 converted tries to get back in front. They're capable, although without Dan Pearce it's going to be a big ask. I'm not sure whether they brought Charlie Nicholson back on. They must have done so, otherwise there'll be uncontested scrummages. Glenn Coles is a sensible thing and just puts the ball down the line. They now have to just consolidate up at Lawson. They don't need to chase this game now, whereas St Austell do need to chase the game. And without their absolute stalwart prop, that task just became a bit harder. And Sam Parsons in the middle. Tom Daniel makes a good 5, 6, 7 metres there, keeps the ball alive. Matt Shepherd shows and goes. There's Matt Boothby, replacement prop. Good close support from Cam Taylor and Carl Marriott. And there's Shep on the burst, looking for help directly from CJ Boyce, but I think the referee indicates he must have knocked it on. Yeah, knock on there, so Lawson will have a defensive scrum.
Shepherd half burst through, and the pass was just too low for an Austell player to take, and he bent down to try and catch it and knocked it on. And I think he'd have been in. CJ Boyce, I think he'd have been in. He was up there in support of Matt Shepherd when Shepherd was brought down, and I think he'd have been in, but the pop pass by Shepherd was down around his ankles and he couldn't take it. And obviously, Austell will make a replacement now to bring on another prop, because Dan Joe was in the bin.
So
yeah, they've got to sacrifice a player when there's someone in the bin. If they make a replacement,
yeah,
they've got to sacrifice a player. So yeah, the winger
Max Bullen is going to sit on the bench, so that means Charlie Nicholson is back on to prop in the absence of Dan Joe. And it's an area where St Austell have certainly not had the upper hand in this game. Lawson front row have performed very well indeed. It is a Lawson scrum, of course, but St Austell will be keen to get them going backwards. Score: St Austell 12, Lawson 22. After that third try by Ethan Pearce-Cowley, and you can see that once again the referee says you are collapsing the scrummage. And it seems to me to be every time on the tight side where Ethan Pearce-Cowley is scrummaging. He's an impressive young man.
So also have got to stay on their feet in this scrum, but they're perhaps under so much pressure, they're buckling, and there's nothing much they can do about it. It's costing them dear, this is. Might make it 16 for Lawson.
Connery Woods has joined the fray on the far side. I think the replacement, yeah, Max Bullen's gone off to remove for the replacement and not coming back on. Connery Woodsy has gone on to the right wing. He'll be very keen to show his paces early on. Get involved. Taken beautifully by Dan Goldsmith there in the centre of the line out. And Lawson will run. That's Brandon Rowley, who's he rides low in the water. He's a tough customer. A tackle by Ben Plummer there. Matt Shepherd stops it with his hand. The referee said he knocked it on. So there'll be a scrummage to Lawson just on St Austell 22. Matt Shepherd remonstrated to the referee saying it went backwards of my hand. The referee says no. Scrum to Launceston.
Just survive these next few minutes.
Sandercock puts in. Scrum stays solid. Once again, advantage.
But his calls and I can chuck ahead. He's going to go on his own ball, is it? When he scores?
No,
No.
No.
He scored there.
Matt Boothby got there first.
Yeah, coming back with another scrum penalty.
But the referee is playing advantage. Sorry, it's Cam Taylor who got there first, but made no difference because
This is the difference between the
Glenn
sides
Coles
here.
knew
Lawson have definite advantage in the scrum, and they really need to take advantage of this now to score again if they want to put this game to bed.
I think we're going to go for the.
Having a long discussion over what to do.
We go for the line and we go for the scrum zone.
Well, yeah, the scrum again probably, because there's always the danger of another yellow card.
Yeah.
I think you need to press home your advantage in the scrum.
Yeah, they've gone for the line out. So it's about 5 metre line out. Here the visitors will lead by 22 points. 12. So also down to 14 there.
Sorry, apologies, I can't get that corner of the ground, but you can see the ball as you throw it in. Ball went forward and then taken by Tom Daniel, who came streaming through, and the referee indicating.
To Lawson. We'll go to Pablo Blanco in just a moment because we'll just watch this scrum to Lawson because it's 5 metres out from the St Austell line and 15 metres in from touch. It's St Austell 12, Lawson 22. There's just 10 points between the sides at the moment, and this gap could increase with another try here for Lawson. At the moment, it's 2 scores they're ahead. St Austell will have to score twice to overtake them. If Lawson score again, it's going to be 3 scores ahead, and that could prove crucial at this stage of the game. We've got just 20 minutes left, and it's an attacking scrum for Lawson, 5 metres from the St Austell line.
Lawson had the edge in the scrum all the way through this game. We're keen to exploit it here and score a bonus point try. Quite clearly got it going forward. I think advantage again. Referee indicating advantage. And Rowley just picks up and goes in with nobody laying a hand on him.
A little set to, and Brandon Rowley goes over for Lawson's fourth try and their bonus point. So they got the bonus point here, and that's
And there's that man, Ethan Pearce-Cowley, who's had a big role to play in St Austell's downfall today, or so far. So, score at the moment is St Austell 12, Launceston 27 with Dan Pearce. Attempt to add the 2, fairly straightforward for him. If it stays like this, then Launceston will get 5 points and St Austell none. Sure enough, Dan Pearce, nice little nudge, moves the score on to 12-29. Max Brothen returns to the left wing and Danny Tyrrell is on the bench with Connery Woodsey on the right wing, and obviously Dan Job still in the bin.
Thank you very much, Pablo. We'll continue with the football in just a moment because Dan Pearce converted Brandon Rowley's point.
Lawson got the tails up, of course. Now, difficult mountain to climb for the St Austell boys now. They need to, the referee says play on because the ball was out. And St Austell may have just have pinched it. The CJ boys looks to go out. Difficult pass there. Joe Maunder passes to Miles Davey, but above his head, and he couldn't take it cleanly. So Launceston will have another scrum, which they won't be too worried about.
It's a scrum to Lawson, centre field. It's still St Austell 12, Lawson 29. The other Peninsula League Cup ties just across the road here in St Austell. St Austell against Bodmin Town, Gareth Davis.
Yet another penalty in a long succession of penalties against an Austell for collapsing the scrummage. Ethan Pearce-Cowley has showed what a seriously impressive young man he is on the loose head for Launceston. I think he's probably responsible for most of the scrummages staying up on the Launceston side and going down on the Austell side. Contested at the front there, and I think
on the floor, so yeah, maybe someone's been taking, could be a penalty coming up here. Right in front of the grandstand, on the far side, the middle of the grandstand, where most of the spectators are.
Fred Boulay having words with Tom Daniel, and one of the Launceston players is on the ground there. Tom Daniel came in to the ruck low and hard. The referee said that was fair enough. He's not penalised Tom Daniel, but you can see that he wants to have words with Ben Plummer and Tom Sandicott, I think.
With both skippers, I think he'll then suggest to them to go and speak to their teams and explain to them what the problem is. So you think someone was taken out that line out, David, and that's still on the floor.
They won the ball, but as they jumped, I think someone came in underneath him.
Can't quite see who that is. I think it could be Charlie Tumman. And I think that might have been a consequence of the line out where he, yeah, it is Charlie Tumman, but he's on his feet, which is good news for everybody. He seems all right. I don't think the issue there was simply his legs were taken away from him from the line out when he was jumping for the ball, and no offence given by the referee. And I think there was a bit of a fracas afterwards when Tom Daniel ran in. Well, hit the ruck fairly. Referee Dan Evans right there. He's had a good game, I have to say. Referee Evans, one of those things you don't notice them. That's been a good job. He's kept the game flowing. He's played advantage really well. He's talked to the players all the way through. It's an area where St Austell have struggled this afternoon, has been in the tight, having to conceded a whole series of penalties. Looks like a slight change there because Glenn Cole's put the ball in and Cam Fogden has gone to 10. That's a lovely drive once again. Nowhere to go for that. The referee's still playing. In fact, just as a bit of dancing around, and he managed to get the first player. Doesn't get past. It's the same release. That's number 16, which could be Alex Bartlett. I'm not sure who that is. The referee's indicating offside from the St Austell backs. Just a little bit of niggle sneaking in here and there. I think a bit of frustration from the St Austell forwards because they've had a difficult time of it. Which means Glenn Coles can put the ball down the line, sitting comfortably at 12 points to 29. Delay. Brandon Rowley clatters into Chris Ashwin.
no, he looks shocked.
Referee's going to have a word, I think, game with the skippers. There's a bit of
And score a try.
bit of niggle sneak into the game. None of it too serious at the moment, but I think he wants to talk to players about. Chris Ashwin there is being spoken to. He was taken late. It looks to me like Chris Ashwin's got a red card. That's a red card for Chris Ashwin. Absolutely unprecedented.
He had a yellow card in the first half. He's got a second yellow card, which is now going to be red. And with 12 minutes left to play, St Austell will be down to 14 men for the final 12 minutes. So red card for Chris Ashwin. I'm not sure what the misdemeanor was for the red. Or for the second yellow, effectively, which became his red. Did you see any misdemeanors there? See what he did wrong?
That I have to say, I've never seen Chris Ashwin even get a yellow card in a game, and today he's been shown 2, which means the second one is a red card, and I'm sure that will be reviewed.
Give him the red card. Why he had to stop play to give him the red card? Because he could have done it after they scored the try, because that would have been genuine advantage. But he's obviously decided they need to be penalised, and so he's indicating that he's just spoken to Cameron Falkland. Anyway, he's obviously explained it, but it's going to be an opportunity.
So Dan Pearce to really put this game beyond St Austell. If he gets this, he will be 32-12, which he's missed. Score remains 12-29, and St Austell, with about 10 minutes or so to remaining, have a serious mountain to climb, but they're not going to give up. They're going to run everything. Matt Shepherd hits it hard. Probably no one else can tackle him, so he does it himself. That's Ethan Pearce-Cowley, who's done such a fine game today. Joe Maunder doing his, Tom Daniel doing his best to get his hands on the ball. Makes the big hit. Good hands there by Ethan Pearce-Cowley, managed to keep hold of it. Hesitation there by Tom Sandercock, as if he heard the whistle, but he was a bit of a dummy, a bit of an attempt to force St Austell, and they weren't having it. There is. Go again. Fred Boulay picks up and drives into the tackle, makes good ground. Fred Boulay. And they go to the blind side one more time. St Austell still making the tackles, as Lawson desperately trying to put the dents in this St Austell defence. Connor Woodson goes back as a kick ahead, and Connor Woodson goes back. And he's tackled, and he tries to offload, but it's just 5 metres from the St Austell line. St Austell have possession 5 metres from their own line, but they're desperately trying to get it back if they can. But Lawson it's like Lawson have stolen the ball, and Dan Pearce goes on the blind side. Referee's playing play on. They're right up 2 metres from the line, and Pearce-Cowley's going to have another look. He's got one. He's looking for his second. Could this be the 5th try of the day for Lawson, because they're right on the St Austell line, and this will certainly put the nail in the coffin for St Austell if they score here now. And they present Fred Boulay, he's going to have a look. There's Cam Fulton. He needs to get this one away if he can. He didn't get it away, but it's picked up by Lawson. And over they go. There is a try for Lawson. It's a try for Lawson. Tom Bottoms goes in. Managed to go over and score their 5th try. I'm not sure who the try scorer is, but it's certainly a try. It could be Tom Bottoms. The second row could be the try scorer. So Tom Bottoms has scored the 5th try for Lawson. It's St Austell 12, Lawson 34, with conversion to come. And let's find out where Frimtown and Mosul have their World Bango. Lawson's 5th try of the afternoon, scored by Tom Bottoms there. Take the score to St Austell 12, Lawson 34, with a conversion attempt by Dan Pearce. As we see the sun just going down over the horizon. Does Pearce get it over? No, he misses. The score remains 12-34, and I think it's fair to say right now, it's probably all over by the shouting. Lawson have been just too good this afternoon, 5 tries to 2. But St Austell looking to play with a bit of pride. They've been, Dan Joby's back on, and looks like Matt Boothby's gone off. Yeah, because Charlie Nick's still on. They've struggled against
conversion was missed. It's Austell 12, Lawson 34. So 22 points the difference between the sides. As the box kick goes up into Anton. Carl Marriott takes on halfway and gets past the first tackle. Looks for support. Nobody was there. He could just see black shirts as he looked around. Matt Shepherd takes a long pass out into the centre. To Ben Plummer.
Henry Woodgie takes the ball, but there's no way through there. He makes some hard yards to him, man. He'll run all day.
They need to get it to him a few more times.
And
Carl Marriott out to Jago out to Parsons.
there's Sam Parsons. He's got Max Bullen outside, who's got the line in front of him, but also got 3 men with him. And so also looking to get something out of this. Dan Joe brings it back on the angle, heads for the line, but he's tackled. Referee playing advantage for offside there. St Austell have the advantage, and you'd imagine from here that Matt Shepherd looking, puts the ball back inside, but the referee says no, we'll bring them back for the advantage.
In the 22, opportunity for St Austell. Of course, they scored 2 tries. Another 2 gets them a try bonus point. So they've got something here to still to play for, even though they're 34-12 down. And this second half so far has been totally dominated by Lawson, because we've been looking to our right for literally the whole second half, David, and now we're suddenly looking to our left, which is a change.
Bit of a knock to Cam Fogden there, who's been outstanding all afternoon. He took a knock earlier on and played on. And, he's holding his arm. I don't know if it's the same thing. Let's hope he's okay. He seems all right. So St Austell have a penalty about 5 or 6 metres out, and I'm guessing, yeah, Carl Merrick will have a little look. I'm guessing he'll tap and go. He does that a lot. Yeah, he does. And he's looking for close support. He's up close, and the referee says, yes, he's close enough. Carl Marriott scores. There he is. Congratulated by Tom Daniel. Playing for pride now. And maybe a bonus point try if they can get back and score again. Matt Shepherd really get this over quickly. Shepherd adds a 2. To move St Austell on to 19, but Lawson are on 34. So St Austell will be keen to play for a bonus point. They'll throw everything they've got back at Launceston. Try and get a late try.
I have stopped it a couple of times.
The Lawson players taking their time, as you might expect.
It's Lawson 19, Lawson 34, and Lawson not hurrying to take the restart, I should imagine. We've got just 4 minutes left for play, plus a bit of injury time.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Rex Rocking Caliban Park in the
Dan Pearce restarts. Taken by Rory Jago, who beats the first man, takes on Moore. He's held up, but St Austell win the ball, and my guess is they'll be looking. Cam Taylor takes the tackle, but St Austell look to go wide. And James Tucker does the right thing, just retrieves the ball, goes to ground. I'm not sure how long is left. 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes. I know. Referees watch is the one that matters. I make it probably 3 or 4, but of course we've been stoppages for red card. Don't forget, also playing without their regular fly half, Chris Ashwin, who got a red card, or a second yellow. And the referee gives a penalty for not rolling away, I think against Matt Shepherd. And Glen Coles will just nudge it down the line. They have no need. They have a bonus point win. They've got 5 tries, 5 points. All they need to do is defend and stop St Austell scoring again. Taking really well there, Danny Goldsmith, back of the line, takes it down, holds it in, and you can see the referee indicating offside against Joe Maunder in at the side. So Fred Boulay says, I'll have a run. Big pass out wide to James Tucker, who is a lovely ball player, upended there by Max Bullen. And St Austell might have just won out. Referee saying that ball was still in, so they're going to bring them back for offside against the St Austell backs. And you might just imagine that Dan Pearce will have a little magic goal here. I don't think Lawson will be too worried about taking it all back. That's just a minute off the clock.
So Lawson kicking to touch into the St Austell 22. So another attacking opportunity for Lawson. They scored 5 tries on.
This will put the icing on the cake if Lawson go from here with the clock ticking down. Victory assured, 5 points in the bag. Can they just add insult to injury? They've been a better side today, no question about that, based on dominance up front. There's Fred Boulay. Feeds it to number 16, who I'm not sure that is, but he gets met by 2 St Austell defenders. There's Fogden, who's had a very fine game this afternoon. St Austell steal the ball, little chip ahead, but taken by Cam Taylor, and they're going to look to run. They've got to run. They have a lot of choice, haven't they? James Tucker attempting to get in there. Sam Parsons brings the ball away. He needs help. He gets it in the shape of Joe Maunder, and St Austell continue. Max Bullen tries to take it up. There's Joe Maunder again. Matt's having a look to run, but he gets well tackled in the centre there. There's Dan Joe. Takes some stopping, does that man? Into touch on Tom Daniel. And the referee. Lawson line out. The score at 19:34 on the just inside the Launceston 10-metre line.
Against a side which is building, and it's a different league from where they've come from. But credit to them, they're still attacking well.
Goes up to the front to Lloyd Duke, one of the try scorers in the first half. Man has played more than 250 times at Lawson, who showed his experience once again today. And St Austell get it going forward. And Sam Parsons says, I'm not having any of that. So Glen Coles is well tackled. St Austell might just have still no, St Austell have retained the ball. Dan Pearce having a little run from his own 22.
Back here is possession for Lawson. We'll go to Patrick Wolves Piper in just a moment. We're coming towards the end of this game. It's
Kent Fogden.
Lawson 34 here on BBC Radio Cornwall. It's part of the sports
That's it.
programme this afternoon.
Gets it off. Referee indicates that will do. And final score today: St Austell 19, Launceston 34.
Dan Pearce converted 3 of them and kicked a penalty. And for St Austell, it was Cameron Taylor, Dan Tyrrell and Carl Marriott. Matt Shepherd converting 2 of them. But St Austell struggled with a yellow card for Chris Ashwin in the first half, Dan Jobe in the second half, and then the second yellow for Chris Ashwin, which became red. So they ended up playing the game with just 14 men for half an hour. So a comprehensive victory for the visitors here. And I must congratulate you on your predictions later. I think you predicted